welcome back to my channel. Okay, so it's been kind of crazy. I've gone through a lot of changes. That's why I've kind of been MIA on the page and on my Instagram and things. So it's been kind of hard, but I realized and I really felt the need of a message to come in and do some readings on the few signs, specifically just fire, water, earth, and air, but just not more on a general sense than on a specific sense, because I feel like I've gone through a lot of things recently, and that's kind of what stopped me from doing some things on the page and really stopped reading my cards. But it's been more of an awakening for me to kind of get back into what I love and realize what I really want. And I really have seen that it's been the impact of the new moon and the retrograde and things I've been wanting to manifest into my life. I've gone through a lot of changes in the sense of, friendships have been leaving me, lovers coming back, and just kind of like saying, hey, have you learned your lesson, sort of thing. And I feel that a lot of us are going through this, and I wanted to do like a reading specifically on the end of what is the retrograde and now the new moon in Pisces that just came in today. So we're feeling this energy. Pisces tends to be more on the side of that. You're very imaginatory. What are your dreams? What are your goals? What are you seeking? With the retrograde, it's basically trying to realign you in the balance of all these things. So is there something in definition that you truly want? Or was it other people's ideas that were getting in the way, that were saying like, hey, you should do this or you should do that, when in reality you weren't true to who you thought you were? So it's a lot of like in the hermit mode, especially like because you're coming to focus on who you truly want to be. What is your true end goal for this year, for the lifetime, your career, and realizing that there's negative people in this world. Even the closest ones that you thought, were the best people end up being the ones that stab you in the back. And I'm not saying this is going to be everybody's sense, but there are situations that do happen. And we have to heal from it and learn that it wasn't our fault. Their journey was over with us. Universe works in mysterious ways, and I always say it. And sometimes, we are put in this setback because we need to internally look at ourselves and say, is this truly what I want? And if this is not what I want, how am I going to change it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 3 cards for each of technically it's the signs, but the elements, which is water, fire, earth, and air. And you can typically find that out based off your zodiac. You can just look it up, put in your date of birth, and usually it'll pop up, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and based off of that information, it will be like specifically, oh, you're a water sign, you're a fire sign, you're a fixed sign, and things such of that nature. Always feel free to share the messages to others, because sometimes you bump into the video and it wasn't for you, but it was for somebody else. And always feel free to look at other readers. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to start with water. Just kind of like I said, 3 cards, general message, seeing what's coming in, what you're seeking, what you're looking for, what guidance do you need. And I'm going to be using the Afro-Brazilian Tarot deck. This is one of the decks that I've been very close with, and it's helped me in my journey as well. This is how it looks. And I do like to read off some of the definitions at times because it helps in understanding more definitely on what each card is meaning. So the first one for water signs, I got the 9 of Cups, or the 9 of Chalices. Then we have, I always get this one, Strength. And then we have the Queen of, or actually the King of Wands. So in this energy, you're finding your, as a Cancer, I'm Cancer, and as a water sign, I resonate with this, but also I hope you all resonate with it as well. The 9 of Chalices is saying that there is a sign of that you're looking for new hope and new dreams and new happiness. Whatever your happiness is supposed to be. Are you really truly happy in where you're at, or you're not? How is it going to change? Strength, like I said, there's a lot of times that we're just losing people left and right. We're really seeing people of their true colors, who's truly there with us, who's not. So there's a lot of change happening for us. A lot of strength is needed because sometimes, especially as water signs, we tend to attach to a lot of people because we're so emotional. We feel like we need to heal the world, heal everybody else before we heal us, and that's the way we heal. No. In reality, it's like, yes, we have to, but we have to moderate how much energy we actually are giving out to the universe and receiving back. It's a balance. So you're going to need a lot of strength because, like I said, you're going to find that you are going to find some form of happiness, whatever it is, but you're going to need strength because you're going to have to set your boundaries. You may have to remove people out of your life. People may move out of your life because of the retrograde. You may find yourself in a sense that there is something that's holding you back from your happiness and you need to cut it out. Just like this lady here, she has a sword and she's cutting out, it's like cutting out the storm, cutting out the negativity, cutting out whatever needs to be removed. And then with the King of Wands here, the King of Wands is basically saying that, we need to be more passionate. You need to find your passion. This is a time to find your passion with Pisces. What are your dreams? What are your aspirations? Is the people in your life actually going to help you? Are they actually going to support you? And if not, find people who will. Of course, don't be like, oh, I need to define myself based off of whoever else I'm speaking to. They're telling me to do this. They're telling me to do that. I have to do it. No, you don't. It's guidance for you. It can help you. You take what you need, and that's it. Everything else is just so general. It's really going to be based off of your intuition. Do not doubt your intuition. Do not doubt it. But the 9 is a really good sign to have with the new moon. So if anybody is doing any form of manifestation, it's going to completely go full circle already. So that is it for water signs. Now we're going to do fire. See, what do we need to know for fire? Fire, you already flipped one right away. You have the Ace of Swords. Oops, that's too many cards. Oops. 3 of Swords. Oh, there's 2. Okay. You guys got 2 cards. And they flew. Okay, wow, you have a lot of swords. Okay. So you ended up with 4 cards, fire signs. So you ended up with the Ace of Swords, the 3 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, and the 3 of Cups. 333, 1331 is on the floor. So with all this happening is that the Ace of Swords is basically telling you you're more in a set, balanced mentality. You know what you want and you're trying to figure out what it is. Like, you're like, I know I want success, but how am I going to get there? You're healing from the past with the 3 of Swords. Things have hurt you. You may have gone out of a relationship. You're realizing people's true colors. Physically, I feel there may have been some physical abuse you may have gone through, and I really do apologize. I really want you to make sure you do get the help that you need and voice out. Go to therapy, go to what you need. I don't know whose messages that is, but that's specifically to someone. And really, truly, let yourself heal because it wasn't your fault. That's what I'm feeling like. It wasn't your fault. And it is going to happen with the Knight of Swords right away. You're going to go straight forward through it. You're like, okay, that's it. This is my change. This is my sign. This is what I was looking for. And you're truly going to finally heal if you choose to heal. Does that make sense? Sometimes we feel like, oh, I'm going to heal and kind of come on, universe, let me figure out how to do it. But if we don't actually put in the work, it's never going to happen. So what needs to happen is you need to put in the work and be true and be honest with yourself. Like, what do you truly want? Do you really want to be in this situation? Do you want to be in this relationship? Do you want to, change? That's ultimately what you need to be looking for. And once you do, go straight ahead, go at it. Because as soon as you know, there's a big celebration coming up with the 3 of Cups. There also was, I feel, someone may have been in a third-party situation. That's also usually what the 3 of Chalices means. Meaning that, you may have been with somebody and then they were talking to someone else and you finally realized it, or they finally came out about it. And now you're like, well, am I going to allow this to happen and allow this be, continue to be with this person? Or I'm going to go the opposite route and be like, no, I don't want to be with this person anymore and I'm going to do me. That's ultimately what we're going through for the fire signs. But if it's not a relationship, basically what it's saying is that whatever you're moving is that you're going from the swords to the cups. You want to go from like the stubborn to the happiness, to your emotions. Feel out your emotions. Feel out what you truly want. Map out what you truly want. Sometimes we don't even know what we want. Sometimes we're just in a state of confusion and we don't really know what side we're going towards. And that's okay. So what you need to take is that come into this Ace of Swords, write it down, write it out, make a vision board, make something, start investing in something, write something down. The images and reasons and situations will just start flowing out. If you start writing it out, or you start, really working towards it, then you'll finally realize, okay, yes, this is what my success is. This is what I needed to cut out. This is my purpose. This isn't. This is where I was more influenced by others. This is where I wasn't influenced by others. So hopefully that helps you all, fire signs. Let's do air signs and then we'll end with earth. And we're here for the air signs for this time. Oops, you guys came out real quick. Okay. 5 of Swords, King of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So with the 5 of Swords, you're leaving a situation that hurt you. You're kind of leaving what's in the past, air signs, and you're finally realizing, it's kind of time to move on. Move on from the situation, move on from your financial reasons, move on from whatever you felt was not the best thing for you. With this also, it's like you're gonna also find yourself either walking in or walking out to something. Are you gonna allow yourself to walk into what feels like a mess, or you're gonna walk out of it? It's all gonna be your decision in the end. Then you have the King of Swords. So it looks like in many situations that you're gonna kind of just be like, well, I really don't care for this. I'm more strong, I'm more steady than this. I want my balance, I know my strength, and this is typically the air sign card. And, we need to realize that by definition, there shouldn't be one form of happiness. Okay, that was more like a specific specific message. Your happiness is defined by you, not by anybody else. And if someone doesn't like you, then that's okay. That's what I'm getting. Like, it's okay. Like, you shouldn't care. Because ultimately it's gonna be your life. It's not theirs. That's really, like I said, this retrograde is doing things to us that's kind of realizing, like, it should be all about me. Of course, it's a give and take, and care for others and care and such, balance that out. But ultimately, don't forget about yourself. And that's what you're going to be doing with the King of Swords. This is what I believe in. This is what I live for, basically. And then last is the Knight of Pentacles. So you may have also been living a situation with money. Maybe you are making a ton of money and you're like, this is not what I really want. And so you're going to leave it for another job that may not be paying you that much, but it's more where your passion is. Or vice versa, you're leaving a job that was not paying you enough because you're realizing, like, yeah, this is not really what I want to be doing. This is not aligning to my purpose. This is not aligning to who I am. I'm just doing the bare minimal to then realize that, yeah, there's more to the game. There's more to the pieces. There's more. There's a hell lot more that I could be doing than just sitting here. And again, that's like literally what this retrograde is doing. It is making us realize, who do we truly want to be, ultimately. Okay, now last but not least is Earth signs. Let's see what's up with you guys, Earth signs, for this time. Let's do it again. I saw the card, where'd it go? There it is. We have the 10 of Cups for Earth sign. We have the 10 of Swords, Earth signs. Ooh, 10-10 for 1-1. And then we have the Queen of Wands. You're on the same sense of water signs in this case. You're almost like in the same. We're getting a lot of the water. If you haven't noticed, like the little, like there's a lot of chalices and there's a lot of swords. The chalices are typically our emotions. Our swords kind of like where we stricken ourselves in the sense of our behaviors. That's typically where it lies when it comes down to swords. And it's usually kind of like our pain. You know, swords are like, when they say they stabbed you in the back, that's kind of what a sword does, but it also does clear. It clears and removes energy that you don't need anymore. That's why typically Michael Archangel and a lot of the saints and such, and multiple religions, honestly, there's goddesses and gods and such that have swords, because typically they're cutting out any form of negativity as a sword would do, you know. Okay, sorry, continuing on with earth signs. So you have the 10 of cups upright. And so with this retrograde, you're finding your true happiness. What's going to make you happy? Are you going to start that new family? Are you going to start that new project? Where is your happiness? Where does it lie? Look for your dreams. Look for your fulfillment. With the 10 of swords, you see this woman crying, and she has like all these swords in the back. There's an ending, a big ending that has happened or going to happen. And it may have impacted your family or relationship, because you're realizing, you know what, I need to cut this person out. I don't need this person in my life anymore. I don't need these situations in my life anymore. Where am I going to change myself so I can feel good? I can feel better. Where is my life going to end, and where is it going to begin? There's an ending and a beginning on the floor with the 10 and 10. An ending and a beginning, but it's the beauty of it, and it's how you choose to look upon it. Look at it as a way of positivity is what I always lean towards. You know, you're ending a certain situation so you can get your 10 of cups. You want your 10 of cups, you have to end the situation. It's like one of the two. It just depends what your scenario is right now in this moment. What truly is going to help you and what's not going to help you at all. And then we're ending with the King of Wands again as well. Go back into your passion. What's going to make you happy? Think about yourself. Really do think about yourself. Earth signs, you guys tend to have a little bit of water in you because you're nourished by water typically in your emotions. And just remember, I feel like that's like a general. I'm gonna even put that as the title, because that's honestly what it feels. Think about yourself this retro. Think about you. What is your dream? What is your passion? Where you want to go? That's what I got for earth signs. That's what I'm literally getting from every single sign. You guys just need to find where you're happy. If you're not happy, then change it. The best thing to do is change and start changing your situation as much as you can. Manifest, pray, positive vibes, positive anything. You know, removing the negativity out of your life. And if people start leaving your life and you start up leveling, that only means their journey is done with you. They were not in great intentions of you. They were holding you back from your prosperity. They were holding you back from your happiness. It's not a bad thing. It's a hard thing. It's an emotional thing. It's going to hurt. I'm not going to lie to you. It will hurt if it's someone very close to you. But know that you have the strength, you have the power, you have the knowledge, and you have the passion to continue and fulfill your purpose in life, your purpose, your success, your career, your end goal, whatever it is, you're going to find it. And you'll be so happy that you did. Just allow this retrograde to do its thing and embrace it. That's really the biggest thing you can do. And I've heard it from other readers, because I do love reading, but also hearing from other readers, because I feel as a tarot community, we should be supporting one another than, you know, just putting each other down, and help like with subscriptions and such. So with that case, like I've even heard it from other readers, like they've been saying it too. We're going through a sense of change. It's really honestly how you're gonna level this retrograde affect you, and this new moon affect you. How are you going to allow this to enhance your life? How are you going to change it? How are you going to be the person you want to be? And you look in your mirror and feel happy about it, and feel and know your worth. So definitely, hopefully this all helps you guys. It clears a lot of energies for you, and it makes sense of things. Always feel free. I will leave my information in the description below, my Instagram, my Facebook. Right now, like I said, I've been kind of like MIA on it because I've been going through my own spiritual transitions, but I'm definitely going to get back on it. If you guys ever need a reading, feel free to message me, and also I'll be opening my website hopefully soon. Hopefully soon, once I finally do settle my energy a little bit more as well, and really output like what I do, my candles, my tarot, and giving advice, and also mentoring. I do mentor witches, mediums, clairvoyants, anything you really want, I'm willing to help you. Always feel free to message me, and there's all my pricing there as well. Namaste to you, and have a great one.